Hey guys, it's me, Gary Lee Stanley, your sales guy. How are you doing today? I'm doing pretty good. We're going to have a great conversation today. What is our conversation about today? It's about selling. And what is our subject for today? It is selling and a good attitude, or a great attitude, or an awesome attitude. What kind of attitude do you have when you come to work every day? Are you a brand new salesperson? Or are you somebody who's been in the business for a little while? Are you a person who is at the top of your game? Or are you in the middle, or mediocre, or at the bottom? I'm going to guarantee you a lot of it's got to do with your attitude. Now, be humble when you get to the top now, because it's a long fall down if you fall down. I'm just saying, an attitude, a great attitude, makes all the difference in the world. I'm telling you, when you get up in the morning, it ain't always easy, because you know you got to go to work. You know, there's some people who say, thank God it's Friday. And if you're a good salesperson, you're probably thinking in the back of your mind, thank God it's Monday. That means I can go out there with a great attitude and make money, honey. See, selling is a transference of enthusiasm. That means you get to talk to people and tell them all about what you got to offer. And if you do it well enough with enthusiasm, now, hey, you may not get them all because it's a numbers game, but I guarantee you, who would you rather buy from? Somebody who's got a bad attitude, or a person who has got the best attitude and is glad to see you and wants to help you invest in stuff? I'm going to tell you what, I've been in sales a long time. My name is Gary Lee Stanley, and I am your sales guy. And one of the things that I've learned in my life is you got to have a good attitude. The reason being is because, see, in sales, it's kind of stressful sometimes, because you get a lot of objections. You get a lot of people saying, no, I'm not interested. No, I can't afford it. No, we don't need it. Blah, diddy, blah, diddy, blah. And sometimes that can be very bad for your attitude. It can really make you feel upset, frustrated, mad, angry, and all of the above. I mean, like I said, I've been in sales a long time, so I've seen the good, the bad, the ugly, and the warts and all. And sometimes people, you know, they get into sales thinking it's going to be a pretty easy little job. It ain't too bad. It's a great career, but it ain't easy. And without a great foundation and knowing your prospects, knowing your business, knowing your information about your product, and not having a basic foundation, knowing how to have a selling conversation, it can be kind of tough. You know, like I said, I've been in sales a long time, and I've helped a lot of people get stuff. And one of the things that I've learned is that you got different types of personalities. You work with people sometimes that they don't share the positive attitude that you have. You got people that are out there that are pretty damn pessimists, and they are just got bad attitudes. So what happens is birds of a feather flock together. So if you start hanging around with naysayers and people who are rude, obnoxious, people who take advantage of people, or people who are just put people down, or just pure negative, a lot of times that stuff will rub off on you and get to becoming that type of person. I myself, I'm a pretty happy guy. I'm pretty positive. Now, I ain't saying everything's always working out perfect. I ain't saying every day's a perfect day or a great day. But my mom says, Gary, you get to make the choice of what kind of day you're going to have. That's what my mama told me. She always told me, Gary, you can do anything you put your mind to, but you got to put your work into it, your work ethic. You got to work your ass off. And on top of that, you got to have a good attitude. Who would you prefer to work with? Would you prefer to work with somebody who's a pessimist? Somebody who's always negative Nancy? Well, how would you like to work with somebody who's just disrespectful and rude? Those people probably need some therapy. They probably need a big old bear hug. They probably need somebody to tell them, hey, wake up, what are you doing? Because, you know, everybody's in sales in some form of capacity. And some people got bad attitudes. I don't know where they got them from, but they bought the wrong thing. You know, I've been in sales, like I said, since the 80s in one form of capacity. And I've learned over the years, because I've been watching people. I watch people all the time. I love to watch customer service people. I love to watch salespeople. And a lot of times what sells is a good attitude. You know, It really does. It's really important that enthusiasm be a part of your life when you're trying to sell a product. Who would you want to buy from? Somebody who really didn't care about their product, was kind of iffy about the quality, iffy about if it's any good? Or would you want to buy from somebody who felt really good about their product, who had a good attitude and made you? Because it's a transference of enthusiasm. It really, really is. If you have excitement in your voice, that you're glad to be there, you're glad to talk to the customer, you make them feel important, it's like that's a transference of enthusiasm to them, and they are more inclined to buy from you. Now, if you come across as, well, I got this product, did you want to maybe, get it with an attitude? Now, I didn't say manipulators, because there's a bunch of manipulators out there, but I'm talking about being a true salesperson. Who would you want to buy from? Somebody who was kind, considerate, friendly, not too friendly now, but friendly, and gave you the time of day and asked you a lot of great questions with a smile on their face. I'm serious, guys. A smile can go a long ways in a person's life. A good attitude can change everything. If you wake up in the morning and you're not feeling good because you got to go to work, maybe you're in the wrong career. Maybe you're in the wrong job. Because I'm going to tell you what, I've been in sales a long time, and I've worked with quite a few companies that are no longer with us anymore. But because I got a great foundation, I learned how to ask good selling questions. I learned how to have a good selling conversation. I learned selling techniques on closing, asking for the order, and just in general, showed up to learn. It's amazing what you can learn over a lifetime. And I'm going to tell you what, baby, it goes real, real quick. So remember, birds of a feather flock together. Who are you hanging around with? Who's teaching you? Who are you listening to? My name is Gary Lee Stanley. I am your sales guy. And I've got a lot of information for you. And I just want you to know, you can check out my website. I've got lots and lots of videos on everything there is to know about selling. And I always come across with a great attitude. That's just half the battle. If you've got a great attitude, you can pretty much write your own check, and you can pretty much do almost anything you put your mind to. And then give me a thumbs up and share these videos and subscribe. My attitude is of gratitude, where I'm grateful to have a job. I'm grateful to have a career where I can make money, and I ain't got to be out there working, digging ditches. Now, I ain't saying it's easy. It can be pretty tough, and it can be very hard. But my attitude every day, I just see it. See, God is so great. If you have a bad day, God is so awesome that what he does is he gives you the capability to have another day, because tomorrow is another day. That's how great God is. And I'm going to tell you what, I am so grateful that I have a God who's an awesome God, who has my back. If you're a salesperson brand new, or if you're a person who's been in the business for a long time, I'm going to tell you what, guarantee the people who are at the top, they've got a great attitude. Now, you may be saying, well, they should have a great attitude. They're making all that money. Yeah, but they didn't start there. And then you got some that are a little cocky. They think that their crap don't stink no more, and they've arrived. But don't be that person, because I know that ain't you. Being a good salesperson means you show up every day, you talk to people, you pick up that heavy phone, you call people, you call on people, and you do it with a positive attitude. A positive attitude will go a long ways. It's just like a bath. If you put it on, you take a shower every day, you're gonna smell good, you're gonna be okay. Now, that don't mean you won't need to get another shower. It's the same thing with a positive attitude. It's a work ethic. You got to work on it. You got to be around, like I said, information that makes your brain be of a good nature. What are you listening to? Who are you listening to? What kind of stuff are people telling you? Now, what are you reading? What are you watching? If you want to have a good attitude, sometimes you got to get away from people who are negative, people who got all this poison to spew on you. because your attitude will surely be of what you're about. If you're around a bunch of people who are haters, people who ain't got nothing good to say, you probably end up being like that. And if you start believing in yourself and you want to be number one and you want to learn how to be the best you can, that's going to change your attitude for the best. If you're wanting to, be a friendlier person because maybe you're kind of hard, maybe, I'm one of these kind of Christian people. I do stuff that, for some people, they may think we're kind of weird, but that's okay. I try to live a life that's not perfect because, I love my God because my God loves me. And I'm just sharing this because my attitude sometimes fluctuates. Some days it's real, real good. And sometimes it's not. But when I'm in front of a customer, my attitude has got to be of an awesome nature. I've got to have a positive attitude. I've got to be strong for my customer. I have to be strong for my country. I have to be strong for my company. I have to be strong because I'm a salesperson. We can't be timid. We can't be weak. We have to be strong. And your attitude has everything to do with it. If you're wanting to be number one or in the top 10%, you got to work your butt off. But you also got to remember you got to go ahead and have a good attitude because you're going to run up to a lot of adversity. You're going to take sales jobs that just may not work out for you sometimes. But don't give up on the career of selling. Don't give up on the career of making money by just talking to people, asking them good questions, helping them see a process, and walking them through that process and asking for the order. A good attitude, it works if you work it, but you got to live it. So what are you living? My name is Gary Lee Stanley. I am your sales guy. I told you I'd tell you some things that a lot of people don't talk about when it comes to selling. A lot of times people talk about all the rah-rah. Well, I'm not trying to tell you that you need to be a part of all the rah-rah, but you do have to remember your attitude makes all the difference in your selling career. You want to be successful? Hang around with the positive people. Hang around with the people that are working their butts off, people who are going in a positive direction. And like I said, it's not hard to be pessimistic. It's not hard to have a bad day and then look down on yourself. But like my mama said, she said, you gotta, if you're gonna have a bad day, that's okay. Cry about it, feel bad about it, but get over it and go back to work because you gotta make some money. That's pretty damn positive. But see, here's the thing. Sometimes when we falter, we get rejected, it hurts. It makes you feel uncomfortable. It makes you feel mad and sad, and you just want to quit. Been there, done that. But what I've learned over my selling career is not to give up on sales, not to give up on the opportunity to be number one, to be the best that I can be, and not compare myself to others. You're important and we matter. And our sole subject for today is selling and a good attitude. I hope you got a little bit out of this because I'm going to tell you what, your attitude will make or break your selling career. And I think you're just going to do fine. I believe you're going to do well. And you got to remember, keep a positive attitude because remember, positive in can be positive out. And what you put in your brain really, really matters. So if you're feeling a little frustrated today, if you're feeling a little bit mad today, if you're feeling like, well, I don't know if I should be a salesperson, give yourself a break. Things ain't always going to be perfect. I don't care what kind of job, but we're in a business, a career where we can make as much money as we possibly can. Where else can you say that? Where else can you go and get a job that you can make as much money as you want to? A lot of independence there, a lot of gray areas there, and I ain't saying selling is easy. I'm just saying if you put on a smile every day, even if it's not a perfect day, when you talk to the customer, you transfer that enthusiasm and you will be able to sell more. I love you guys. I want you to feel good about what you do. I want you to feel positive that you can do this because you can do anything you put your mind to, heart into, and work your ass off for. You can do it. But remember, your attitude has everything to do with where you're going to be here and in here. I just want to tell you I love you. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Go out there and sell something and have a positive attitude because, see, it's a beautiful day. Why don't you be my neighbor? You are awesome. You are a salesperson. I don't know what more to say but this. I got a good attitude, and I'm going to share that with you every chance I can. Give me a thumbs up. Don't forget your attitude. Go out there and sell something with a smile. All right.